of the gravity-defying outfits as the Soca Massive get into high gear for Carnival 2018.
Getting an early taste of what's in store. Carnival soon come, and bands already showing off this year's finery and strutting their stuff. Bacchanal Jamaica with a head start in the Soca sweepstakes, but new players pitching for a slice of the party pie. Sponsorship the lifeline, so who's bringing in fresh feet and raising the Bacchanal bar? Jamaica off first, flossing and whining at Barbican Beach. Looking good, but everyone checking out the new costumes. Sparkly stuff, lots of fluff, and less rather than more design staples. But one-of-a-kind sexiness, the wow factor, what everyone's watching for.
It's about us giving our patrons, our masqueraders, the option, the availability to register from early. In most national festival shows the world, people get 8 months to 1 year. You understand, to plan and save and make the preparation. So we launched early.
I thought the costume, the quality, everything was perfect.
So my brand, Broadtail Designs, we're all about the curvy ladies, the full-figured women, and we know that there's a place for them in Carnival because they're so sexy. And so I decided that, you know what, we need to be a part of Carnival. And so this is my section. It is called Iridescence, and it's for the curvy woman. It's called Majesty by Denise. Myself and Renee from Trinidad chose the color. I didn't want to go any regular color. I didn't want to go white. I didn't want to go red. I wanted something that really stood out. She should have said seafoam, and that's kind of how we ended up with this. Do you see a favorite tonight?
Definitely the denim. Denim was like, that's my costume. I have to get the denim costume.
And sponsors again in step with Carnival.
It's a new brand, but the guys behind it, the organizers behind it, they're very known in the industry. They've run events that are very successful. So we look at that and we said, all right, these guys know what they're doing. What we look for is diversity. So we get a mixture of different designers from Trinidad, Barbados, from Jamaica. We have a nice blend.
I love them. I usually get customs, but this year they're all so amazing that I'm just going to pick one of them.
So what does Jamaica offer that other bands are not offering? Why is Jamaica over any other band?
Well, for 2018, our theme is looks, and we looks are trying to deliver their looks for our patrons, our masqueraders. From the day starts, it's going to be about pampering, it's going to be about a premium experience, from the collection of your costume to the end of the day, every step of the way.
Well, this year I expected to have a lot more people. Last year, the experience is amazing. The lunchtime was out of this world phenomenal, like much more than I would have expected.
Luxury, excitement, a one-of-a-kind experience, literally like no other.
I heard Exodus lunchtime was, I just think it's going to be a lot more packed this year.
This is where you register for costumes, which are the biggest parts of Carnival. Of course, we saw many colors on the stage, many more to come out, and 2 bands to follow after this. Carnival is April 8th, 2018.
Fresh on the scene, on the party.
So Jamaica was first out the gate for the presentations for Carnival 2018 in Jamaica. Now we are at the launch of Exodus. Let's see what the costumes look like, let's see what the party looks like, and let's see what Carnival in Jamaica is going to look like next year.
Birds of a feather flocking to another early costume preview. Exodus back with a bag of its own. Dream Entertainment Soca Band also showcasing feathers, racy cuts, and glittery body baubles on the Soca catwalk. Pretty plumage framing svelte bodies, the stuff of Carnival fantasies. And lots to get lost in if Soca's your idea of party paradise. From Pretty in Pink to Angels of the Night. Uptown near naked and loving it.
For 2017, we got the reviews, we got the feedback from our patrons, from our revelers.
and the experience was fantastic. How do you top fantastic? Better costumes and a better experience overall from the start of the carnival to the end. From a customer experience from day one, from registration process to collecting at our mass camp, fabulous beverages, fabulous costumes, a premium experience affordable for everyone to fit every shape, figure, and style.
I did jump with them. I said it was a blast. Like, it was amazing. It was a good experience on the road. It was safe. It was fun. It was just a good time.
So how do you top your designs from last year?
I don't know. I just get crazy ideas and they end up panning out. I decided to move to Exodus because, you know, I really admire what it is that they're trying to do, and it's not just about a costume. It's about the whole experience, about the whole package. You can't pay $400 or $500 for a costume and you're not getting what you deserve. You're not getting your money's worth. Well, the theme is Noor, Angel of the Night, and well, the overall theme is League of Angels, but we want to go to something very different, something unexpected, not the typical pretty mask. So this is basically it.
The wings were absolutely phenomenal. Like, they were off the top. Like, I really like those.
We always try to do something that's like fashionably forward. So we invite our masqueraders to, you know, do the alter ego, the hairstyle, everything as we've shown it today. We want them to do it like that. And we have perks on the road always that accentuates the experience and kind of built up this, you know, this whole persona on the road. So there's a lot you can look forward to.
And what is the price line? What is this costume priced at? Do you know that yet?
It goes from about $485 to about $750 or so.
I jumped with Exodus last year and I loved the experience. And this year I decided that a part of being an ambassador as well, I wanted to work with them and promote a song for them. So we did Light It Up.
We had no really negative feedback. We just got some said, you know, if you did this, it would blow my mind. So we're giving people some of that blow your mind experiences. And guess what? On the road, you're gonna have live performances. From where I sit, I can tell you that the road parades are gonna traverse the city of Kingston and give everybody a great experience, no matter where you are. The spectators can see everybody, and people are going to be super happy.
Bacchanal Jamaica gearing up for a super happy launch of its own, despite theirs being postponed to December 2 by bad weather. And there you have it. You've seen 2 out of the 4 bands that are going to be a part of Carnival in Jamaica this year. The first one was Jamaica, tonight we saw Exodus, and next week is Bacchanal.
Chronix gets a Grammy nomination for his debut album, Chronology. Damian Marley also in the running for Stony Hill. But global eyes, of course, on Album of the Year.
Is this one of the most competitive reggae categories in a long time?
It is the most Jamaican reggae category in a long time. It's competitive because we have 3 of the top Jamaican reggae acts in there. We have Stony Hill, we have Morgan Heritage, Abracadabra, which I love that name, by the way, and we have Chronix, which Chronix is the youngest of the lot. He's the newcomer in the Grammys. We have the other 2 white bands, J-Boog and Full Circle, I believe. All of those come together to make a nice, rich balance between local and international offering in reggae. How competitive it is will come down to who has the most organized team to help them to vote.
Because you really have got to be plugged into the system.
Yes, the system meaning the Grammy voting system. The Recording Academy is about votes. It's not about which album is the best. It might come down to the best album that wins, but it's not about that. It's about people's impression or friendships or organized labels who are able to strum up their people and get them to vote.
By that measure, wouldn't J-Boog win?
No, because the most organized company, the most organized label in reggae music is Bob-Marley. Bob-Marley has a brand manager. I don't know any other musician or record label that has a brand manager. Like, they have a brand manager, and in that brand is Junior Gong, which is a Marley. But Chronix also has an organized team that might inch out and go through. So does Morgan Heritage as a family.
All of them have labels behind them.
All of them have labels behind them, the biggest label being the Marley label. But Junior Gong Virgin Records behind him, which is a big label out of Europe, and they have connections all over.
But of course, people are watching Album of the Year.
Yes, Album of the Year, which is the first time a white male has not been nominated. We have Jay-Z in there, which Jay-Z might be the favorite because Jay-Z is up for Icon of the Year award by the Grammys. Like they're going to award him, so it's a nice touch to give him Album of the Year. And it's a good album. It's probably, he said it's his best album, so he might be in there.
Kendrick Lamar is way more interesting.
Kendrick Lamar to me is not more interesting than Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z because I'm from that school. Kendrick Lamar is good. He has a lot of time to get Album of the Year. Jay-Z is 50. I think he should get it.
So who? Junior Gong with Stony Hill or Chronix with Chronology?
I am with whoever the Grammy selects. But real talk,
You went out at the end.
I think Junior Gong will win. But I think he has serious competition from Chronix because Chronix is coming. Chronix is young. He's building a vibrant fan base and he's building a team around him that can get the job done.
And tell me about your book.
My book, Coloring Culture, I talk about the Grammys in it. There's an essay in it called The Grammys, Dancehall and Pop Culture's Complex Relationship, where I examine how we as Jamaicans might get involved. The book is available at Earth Elements, Amazon, and on Barnes & Nobles.
Raging Fire's last album titled Everlasting, but add the word Kush and the reggae band giving fans something to literally get high on.
Raging Fire racking up the miles on the reggae concert circuit. Lots of work put in over the last year and a half.
We've tapped into the US market on a very large scale, I would say. But Europe has been our feeding ground for about 5-6 years, especially Germany. And now the UK, along with UB40, exposure from the last tour, has gotten us, to another level in the UK. So.
And to get to that level, does that mean that you have to be on the road all the time? And if you're not on the road, if you're not working it, if you're not visible and pushing it, and introducing yourself to a marketplace, this is not going to happen?
It might happen, but for us, we had to work, and we've been working. I think we're probably the most toured act from Jamaica, within the last 2 years, because we really played well over 150 to 200 shows.
The Grammy-nominated group also moving from music into marijuana. Like Bob-Marley among others, the band taking advantage of partial legalization of ganja in states like Colorado and Washington.
Because we were following the news over the years, and when Bob-Marley and even the Marley natural products came out, we were like, see, it's possible to do it. And even the same bands that we were opening for in the US have their own strains on the market in the US. So being from Jamaica, you might think it's impossible, but then the doors just open.
Rockin' Robbins / Elite Organics in Fort Collins, Colorado, approaching the group with a proposal to develop and sell a Raging Fire branded strain of herb.
And she's like, hey guys, I love the name of the album, Everlasting. Sounds like a weed strain. And I was like, yeah, Everlasting Kush. And she's like, hey, let's go in the lab, let's create a strain. And that's what happened. We decided to go and we mix 2 different strains. But in particular, this strain that we have now as Everlasting Kush is not really medicinal. So sometimes, we don't really sell it everywhere. It's really a THC potent herb.
Yes, people get high.
People just get high. So at the end of the day, it's only available in Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, at the Rockin' Robbins store where, it's a marijuana store and a record shop, which is also a first in the United States.
And it's legal to sell
It's legal to sell it in Colorado. And Raging Fire is not breaking any rules because we only licensed our name as Raging Fire and the product to this company in the United States. And the doors open for a lot of other artists in Jamaica if they're interested to expand on their brand.
But some purists are going to have a problem. When you talk about mixing strains, you're talking about a kind of engineering. You're making it something else.
From even olive oil, when you check certain food, and nothing is really organic in its state right now because a lot of things has been tampered with. So you find that the same herb a man a smoke a countryman keep a seed there and take a seed there and decide to I'm going to check breed them to seed and get a crop or whatever the case is. But really and truly it's the same thing we did in the US. We just get 2 strains, put them together and get an everlasting strain.
But it is a kind of genetic engineering.
Yeah, it is genetic engineering.
Some people are going to have a problem with it. The purists are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people won't agree, and some will agree.
I mean, you've encountered the critics.
Yeah, I've encountered critics.
And what have you said to them?
Well, it's business, and I mean, we're doing it and we're expanding our brand, and marijuana and reggae music go together, and we're in the United States, and we're not selling weed that is going to get anybody crazy, you know what I mean? So we still have to test the marijuana before we even sell it. So I mean, all that process happens over there with the company. As I say, Raging Fire, we're just expanding our brand in terms of that market, and it's been good because the album sales have went up. People going in the store in Fort Collins, flying to Colorado to get, you know, this strain, everlasting cushion and stuff. A lot of artists are taking advantage of it, especially in the rap and hip hop market. Wiz Khalifa, all these guys are getting into the marijuana industry, and I mean, it's $1 billion industry in US dollars. So, you know, it's just like pepper. You know, you can plant some pepper country and really and truly you say you might not have the market, you have the market. But Raging Fire, we have created a niche, we have created a brand for ourselves. So, I mean, we don't only sell or invest in the marijuana industry, we also have our own merchandise, you know, in terms of hats and caps and shirts and grinders and whatever, you know, it may require cutting boards for marijuana. So it's just expanding your brand, thinking like a business, you know, an entrepreneur rather than actually just, you know, touring and drop down dead.
More Raging Fire ganja strains on the way, says lead singer Kumar.
For now, we really invested in our marijuana, and we're comfortable with our investor abroad who's willing to help push the music locally as well and give other young acts a chance. And I hope they're taking a page out of our book.
Raging Fire staging the Wiki Waki music concert on December 9th.
Two youngsters, similar stories, both hoping to get a foot in the door of the music business. Meet coffee and disruption.
I am a graduate of the Arden High School. I tried to get back in for sixth form and it didn't work out for me. So I started on a musical career. It was a big disappointment for me, but it was a bigger disappointment for my mother. I called mommy. I said, Mommy, I have something to tell you, you know. Lord have mercy, I don't like how that sound. I said, Mommy, my name not on the sixth form list, you know. Lord have mercy. Silence. 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 What we are going to do now? It's a bun like a tire, me have a burning son, and if we try for retire, me leave them yearning. Rehearsal wasn't finished yet, so I had to talk to her later, so I told her later, and by the rehearsal finished, I called her back and we were talking. I said, Mommy, how you feel? And she said, no, so I cry. I feel it. Ready for cry too, but I said, you know what? Mommy, remember, you have to believe in me because I want to do music and I think it can work for me. But you have to want it for me before it can work because I can't have anything holding me back. I would have been studying to become a pharmacist. I was disappointed because I was wondering what Mommy was going to think about it. But I'm not that disappointed. I'm not disappointed anymore. I personally feel that it would have been a pity if I would have been accepted into sixth form. That is what I feel at this point. Who knows, maybe the pharmacist job would give me as much money as this music thing, or as much experience, or, you know, as much enjoyment, or, you know. It all boils down to the individual, what each person wants to do. Since the devil liked himself, turn it down, so me just give him the fire. What bugs me is injustice. I think Jamaica needs to be more progressive as a country. I think Jamaica majors in minors a lot, which is what that can be seen when people are saying, oh, you know, you should be a pharmacist anyway. I mean, look at the things that are happening for me, and I mean, I think overall, just the mindset of the people. I want to try and change the mindset of the people more towards a positive mindset, so we can start focusing on the right things as a people, looking at our blessings as a country and using those blessings to improve and make more blessings. I want a better Jamaica in so many different ways that there are too many to even list out here right now. Coffee on the street, tongue tapping at the heat. Burning was the direct product of the disappointment, so-called disappointment from not being accepted into Arden. I didn't never see a fire in me to accept me in their sixth form, but I have a fire in me that other people will accept, as in my fire isn't academic, but I can still bring that musical fire to the city who will accept that and embrace it. So I come for burn the city down. Burning was just a motivational song for me. So motivate myself, move forward, keep it burning. Motivate other people, keep it burning. It doesn't have to be, see it, I will become a Peter. Mommy said be doctor, Granny said be preacher. I want to be a Rasta. Daddy said be neat, but Peter still successful. Peter take the streets and burn the city down same way. So burning is just about embracing the talent within you, despite what other people think you should have within you, and just using what you actually have, embracing it, and just bringing it to be powerful and just, wow, be inspirational.
Money for me mind, but me never have a kind. Now, cause me just a hustle for the pretty dollar sign.
I think I have a purpose. I think it's my purpose more than a want for me. So I think it's just inevitable that I have to do music and I have to take over the world with my music. It's inevitable.
So me say watch your thing, watch your things while you talk.
It started off from in church,
Walk in the street, not just to show them after talk.
Church, the school, then they start with small events. I perform St. Mary while singing our song named Mr. Stress. I say Rastaman drop down while singing that song. So from that, the rest of them don't stop. So it's like him give me a great encouragement to say, youth, continue the way I do.
I'm treading alone now. I'm treading alone. Come when time I sit and meditate and we breathe this time soon.
St. Thomas is my birth parish, and that's where I'm going to stay. That's where I love. Busing is one, but busing is to develop my parish in a sense, because I had a job before. I had a regular 9 to 5 at the airport. I was actually a customer service at Jamaica Dispatch, and normally I handle Caribbean Airlines, Air Canada, Spirit Airline, and a few others. When I look at people flying every day, pursuing their dreams, I see it suitable for myself as well to fly for pursuing my dreams.
So your best thing with your hand alone. No feuds like kill, but no man, no one dead buck.
I reached that big conclusion where I had to make a big decision. So it's either this 9 to 5 or this work that I love. So I might as well go where I love.
Caught to what the system set up right now, all innocent.
Doing the streets, everybody is about money. We start doing a lot of dub plates now, overseas dub plates. So we start getting a little funds. So as soon as we get the funds, we turn it right back into the music. Because we have to invest in the music for bus, because I still no bus. If I do a show and I get a small amount of money, then tomorrow I have to do the streets, get selector 120 grand. That's basically what I make yesterday. So it never made no sense. And then you still have to do money pull up. And who to tell? Most of the times you pay them, they don't play the song. So it's like slavery. Me do a show last night, get a $30,000. Going on the street tonight, let's get selected 20,000 plus buy him 2 juice, pay for going, plus me have my crew with me. How that I go work? The whole money done, me never have gas to go when we done that.
So why you need a crew?
Even though I sing the song Treading Alone, I still need people around me.
You have this song, it has the potential to take you somewhere, you really want to kind of push it. What do you have to do to market the song?
If I'm in these streets every night, nobody not gonna hear me, Mr. Miller.
Can you get the song played without paying them?
Well, Mr. Miller, that part they hard, 3/4 of them stretch them palm. Money everybody a look. So most of the radio disc jockey them, most of the selector them in the street, money them a deal with. So it's like the hand to mouth story. But this time I not hand to mouth, this a hand to hand. So it's from me get the money in my hand, I hand it in another hand. So that's the only way I can see it forward.
Treading alone now. I'm treading alone.
The streets hard, Mr. Miller, because I'm not like me alone in the streets I try now. More than 1,000 youths in the street at night time I try.
And the pie is not big enough for everybody to get a slice, so what happens?
No man, the pie big enough, man, Mr. Miller. Because if a man get crumbs, he can't satisfy. Talent is nothing to the man them right now. Because the man is not in the business for the love of the business. The man is in the business for the money. How I plan to beat the system now is like, when me presently I do the streets, anywhere the pan and knock, I'm there.
That's Coffee and Eruption. Catch her at WikiWaki December 9. And him trotting alone, but determined to bust. The ER Top 10 brought to you by Pizza Hut.
I go to where I am now. Thank you. What's the word to a sea? Can I talk with your bad mouth? Man, so I'm not fear. When a bad sound clear, we say pull it up. Everybody shout, yeah. Swaggy, just look on my swaggy. Jump in a Gucci, jump in a Versace. I've up 100 grand, love on my body. 100 run feet. Oh, we're winning right now, I said we're winning right now. If we get that trophy to what we living right now. Cause she not like a dog, and she not like a niner. Dog, me get trapped between two girls. We pray. Let's not be flow when the prayer gone up. Not a evil girl. Get the oats, get the supply chain.